Breaking news tonight: Israel has initiated fresh military strikes targeting locations within Lebanon. These latest operations mark a significant development in regional tensions. The strikes proceed even as the international community watches closely. This action comes notably despite recent public criticism from President Donald Trump, adding a layer of diplomatic defiance to the ongoing situation. Authorities in the region are monitoring developments closely. We bring you the immediate facts. Sources confirm Israeli forces launched renewed aerial assaults. These operations signify a continuation of military engagement in the border region. The nature of these fresh strikes indicates a proactive stance by Israel. Israeli military statements often cite security imperatives. These latest actions underscore Jerusalem's perceived threats originating from Lebanese territory. Regional security analysts are evaluating the immediate impact of these military movements. The target of these recent Israeli strikes is Lebanon. Reports indicate multiple locations were hit. The strikes escalate concerns for Lebanese civilians and infrastructure. Lebanon has frequently been a flashpoint for regional conflict. The nation now faces renewed military pressure. The government in Beirut is expected to issue a formal response. International bodies are appealing for de-escalation in the affected areas. A critical element of this developing story is the explicit criticism from U.S. President Donald Trump. His administration recently expressed concerns regarding regional stability. Trump's remarks often carry significant diplomatic weight. His criticism of Israeli actions highlights a divergence in perspectives. This public stance from Washington aims to influence regional actors. The despite aspect underscores Israel's decision to proceed anyway. The phrase "despite Trump criticism" is central to understanding this situation. It signals Israel's resolve and its security strategy. The decision to launch strikes suggests a prioritization of specific security objectives. This occurs even when facing pressure from a key ally. It indicates a calculation of national interest. This defiance of U.S. counsel could strain diplomatic ties. Such a move carries considerable geopolitical implications for both nations involved. The immediate regional impact is a heightened state of alert. Cross-border tensions are rising significantly. Neighboring states are closely observing these developments. The strikes risk wider destabilization across the Middle East. They could provoke retaliatory actions from various actors. Analysts fear a potential for rapid escalation in the fragile security environment. International observers are calling for restraint from all parties involved. The situation remains highly volatile. Beyond Trump's direct criticism, global reactions are anticipated following these fresh strikes. International bodies typically condemn such military actions that increase civilian risk. Calls for diplomatic solutions are expected to intensify from various world powers. The United Nations is likely to issue formal statements urging restraint. Concerned nations will press for a return to dialogue. The focus remains on preventing a larger conflict. Diplomatic channels are now under immense pressure to de-escalate the crisis effectively. This latest round of strikes fits into a pattern of historical conflict in the region. The Israel-Lebanon border has long been a flashpoint for recurring hostilities. Previous confrontations have often led to cycles of violence, affecting countless lives. These fresh strikes build upon existing, deep-rooted tensions. The region remains steeped in complex security challenges, making any military action highly sensitive. Understanding this historical backdrop is crucial to contextualize the immediate urgency of current developments. While specific motives for these fresh strikes are not fully detailed by Israeli authorities yet, Israel consistently cites security threats as its primary justification. These threats often involve militant groups operating from within Lebanese territory. Protecting its borders and citizens remains a stated priority for Israel's government and military. The strikes are typically presented as preemptive or retaliatory measures against perceived aggression. This ongoing security narrative drives many of Israel's military engagements. The public divergence between the United States and Israel is particularly notable in this instance. President Trump's criticism signals a rare public rebuke of a key strategic ally. This dynamic could test the underlying strength of their long-standing alliance. While deeply rooted, the relationship is not entirely immune to strain, especially when core foreign policy strategies clash. Washington often acts as a crucial mediator in the region. This current situation complicates future diplomatic efforts, potentially impacting regional power balances. The immediate future for the region remains highly uncertain. The significant question of potential retaliation from Lebanon looms large, with various militant groups present. Further Israeli military action cannot be ruled out as the situation evolves. The effectiveness of Trump's criticism in altering Israel's strategic calculus is also unclear. Regional actors are now intensely strategizing their next moves, adding to the instability. The path to de-escalation appears complex and fraught with numerous challenges. All eyes are on the next developments in this rapidly unfolding situation.